A member of the Judgment Day may be on his way out, so we'll see what's happening there. We'll also check out what's going on with Jey, Lola, and more. Starting things off with this new report for the Judgment Day. It was reported by WrestleVotes on Backstage Pass that there's allegedly rumblings of a Judgment Day member being removed from the group, and that member in question is Carlito. So they claim that the Judgment Day is starting to get a bit cluttered now, especially with another group addition with Rodriguez. So it's looking like Carlito may be trimmed out of the group to shrink it back down a bit. And the story of Carlito's role in the Judgment Day has never had any super detailed backstory to it. Carlito returned to the company originally as a member of Rey Mysterio's faction. But after Rey looked past Carlito and favored to team up with Dragon Lee at WrestleMania, Carlito took matters into his own hands and attacked Dragon Lee backstage, lied about it, and then still tried to team up with Rey at WrestleMania. After the security footage came out regarding what Carlito quietly did and tried to keep under wraps, his relationship with the faction was quickly over with. The whole faction, including Carlito, was drafted to Raw together as one group, so Carlito's issues with Rey and the gang followed him to Raw, and he was severely outnumbered since it was all of them versus just him. So that's when Carlito basically started forcing himself to hang with the Judgment Day and get small tasks done for them, just as a way to give himself extra protection and numbers against Rey and company. Carlito was never truly accepted into the group at first. They let him hang around for a bit, but Damian Priest was never really happy with him being there. And especially when Rhea Ripley came back, she had big questions as well regarding why Carlito was being allowed to hang around the group. When you look back at it, Carlito was basically used in order to show that the members of the Judgment Day were all on separate pages and everything was just falling apart. But Carlito's status with the group all changed once Finn took over and kicked out Rhea and Damian. That's the moment where Carlito truly gained actual membership to the faction. But you can argue that Carlito does not really have a main role in the group right now. Finn and JD are the tag team champions. Liv Morgan is the women's world champion. Dominic is a main member, and Rodriguez is Liv's bodyguard. Carlito really does not have a significant role to play. He does add a bit of comedic relief to the group with his constant great one-liners, but as far as actual impact, the group does not really need Carlito. So hearing reports that he may be on the cutting block for the Judgment Day does sound pretty realistic. So the report claims that if Carlito is removed from the group, he'll re-enter singles competition with a pretty significant push as well. That sweetens Carlito's Judgment Day exit even more. So the Judgment Day definitely helped Carlito at a time where he was lost, but maybe it is time for him to bet on himself and just test the waters of being on his own again. Carlito has not been all on his own at all since he's been back. He's only been part of factions ever since returning, so it should be very refreshing to see Carlito in singles competition again. So if this is something they're going to do, obviously it'll most likely be done, though, with a slow-burning storyline. So maybe we'll see Carlito and Judgment Day start disagreeing with each other more and going on separate pages. And it has the opportunity to really heat up and be a big story as well, because we've seen this type of scenario several times in recent years, and it worked out so well each time. Like with Sammy, an outside member that forced their way into a group, tried to fit in, was eventually accepted in, became a fan favorite, and eventually left the group in a big moment to go on their big singles run. So it's exactly how the situation unfolded for Sammy, Jey, R-Truth, and even recently with the Terror Twins. So they've had several great instances in recent memory of individuals breaking free from factions and heading on to doing bigger and better things. It looks like they'll have another opportunity to do something big with this alleged Carlito and Judgment Day situation. So will it be Finn that pushes for him to be gone, or will it be one of the other members? Jey got some fans conversing recently due to a move that he pulled off during the recent Europe tour. During one of these live event matches, Jey paid tribute to The Rock's People's Elbow move, but added a few twists and turns to it. The company posted the moment onto all of their platforms as well. So the moment is getting a lot of attention and creating buzz with fans because we just saw The Rock return at Bad Blood, and Jey is a member of the Bloodline after all. So you can't help but wonder if this was just an innocent act of paying tribute to The Rock, Or was Jey using the tribute as a way to send a much bigger message to Roman, Jimmy, Solo, and the whole family? Something we spoke about right after Bad Blood, but as of this current moment, The Rock does not really have a side within the Bloodline civil war. He's not standing with Roman nor Solo right now, and he has no one standing behind him either. So talk about Roman needing some help right now. You can argue that The Rock desperately needs some more help and manpower behind him just as much. So the next big Bloodline free agent besides The Rock is Jey. At this current moment of time, Jey has no allegiance to Roman or Solo. So if The Rock is looking for some help and for some family members to side with him, Jey does fit that description at the moment of someone that does not have a side with the family as well. So the way Jey used The Rock's move has fans wondering if that was Jey's way of showing and telling everyone who he's siding with that he's not fully against The Rock at the moment. And it makes sense for him to do this tribute now because The Rock has yet to do anything bad to Jey. But with Jey potentially coming back to the original Bloodline and siding with Roman, who The Rock doesn't seem quite pleased with right now, we're to assume that The Rock will end up doing some things to Jey and he won't be paying tribute to him after that. So the tribute makes sense for the moment, but once The Rock is back on a more regular basis and starts exchanging blows with the original Bloodline members, Jey won't be on cool terms with him anymore. So just a smaller thing to keep an eye on. Lola has been really building up some momentum and is quickly becoming a fan favorite. Lola Vice is very motivated and has her eyes set on doing some major things in the company. She recently revealed that one of her biggest goals is to do something that The Rock once did, and that's headline a WrestleMania that takes place in Miami. That would be a special moment for Lola because Miami is her hometown. So not only headlining a WrestleMania, but doing it in your hometown as well, that's something very rare and special that you don't see every day. So Lola also spoke with Wayne Ayers recently and opened up about how she also wants to take part in the first ever women's fight pit match. She even named Parker, Julia, and Stephanie as her dream opponents for that sort of match. Lola, of course, comes from a mixed martial arts background, so she loves pure fighting matches like that, so she'll no doubt continue to push for them. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below, don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.